This edition of Mission is funded by USAID from the American people. Fishermen at Adina in the Volta region have bemoaned declining fish stock. Joseph Armstrong was at the London beach and has filed this report.
What is happening? Is that okay? It is Saturday morning in Adina, located in the Ketu South municipality, well known for its fishing anchovies, locally referred to as Keta schoolboys. Fisher folk have found memories of bumper catch from decades ago.
Those days, we used not to use the undersized net or the 3/8 in that quantity. We use it at the small side of the net, normally at the center. But because of the activities, we don't normally get the type of fish that we have to catch. So the only thing that we see is the small fish that we see inside the sea here. So you have to make the net that can enable you to catch it. That is what we are doing. So if we are able to see the type of fish that we used to get, we will not go in for this type of fish. No, so we allow it to grow.
So the problem is the trawling vessels?
Yeah, it's the trawling. Because we don't have the capacity like them to go deep sea, put the shade onto the sea to catch the fish like what they are doing.
These fishermen have been out since dawn, but cannot be certain of a bumper catch. Few meters away, these fisher folk have just returned from casting their net. With optimism and smiles, they pull the net into the shoreline. They were hopeful of a bumper catch, but are saddled with pain and despair. Their expectation of a bumper catch remains elusive. The activities of trawlers are a source of concern.
Current Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture, she is doing well. She is ensuring that the trawling vessels adhere to the fisheries regulations. So for now, we can say that she is doing well for us. That is where our others are in support of her, that they should maintain her. So we want to encourage her to do more. What she is doing, she should do more, because the results, we are not seeing the results. So it means that she must intensify.
You mean you are not seeing the results of the trawling vessels? Not.
We are not catching the fish in that great quantity. You see, so it means that still the problem is still there. So we have to do more. Okay. We have to make sure that the trawlers leave our waters for us, so that we can catch the fish for ourselves. Yeah. Whatever they are taking from the trawlers, if it is tax, they can organize us. You see, the amount of tax that they pay to the state per year, if they organize us, we the net owners in this country, if we agree, if they share that money amongst us, if we are willing to pay, we can pay, so that the vessels will go. They will sack the vessels from the waters.
Vessel trawlers, they are the cause of all this, because then that we get big fish, they are the one catching the big fish that are supposed to come here for us to fish before the small ones will come. They are the one catching them on the way. That is why we couldn't get them to our nets. We go for the small ones. When we go to drown our nets, we get the small ones, because they cross the big ones on their way coming to us. 2 years ago, we used to buy the fish at 300 cedis, but as at now we are talking about the fish. We used to buy it. Now we are buying the fish at 1,000 cedis, which is more than last year's own. So we are suffering right now. As I'm here as a student, my parents don't have money now to send me to school, because I'm a graduate from SHS. But as I'm here, I'm not having money to go further my education, so I have to come down, help my mom for the small that we get for food. As we are here now, we only survive on food, because the more the fish gets higher, when we send to the market, we don't get any profit.
We have introduced the Landing Beach Enforcement Committee. That is a voluntary organization that we are setting up, okay? That we will get volunteers to monitor the various activities. That is one of the plans we have to get rid of the illegality going on in there. We have so many of them. Closed season is another. The use of the replacement of the monofilaments, which was instituted by the current minister to replace those illegal gears, where most of the fishers have written their names. And gradually we're getting it to them. We cannot give it to all of them at once. So we hope and pray that in the very near future, all those things will be getting rid of.
The fishing industry contributes significantly to gross domestic product, GDP, providing jobs and a source of livelihood for coastal fishing communities. The decline in fish stocks has dire implications. Artisanal fishermen may struggle to pay for the cost of fishing expeditions, including crew and fuel, and income levels will significantly decrease. This could lead to a virus cycle of poverty, jeopardize the livelihoods and food security in coastal fishing communities, and expose women and girls to exploitative practices without safeguarding garden stock. The country may become internally dependent on fishing imports for consumption. Joseph Armstrong, Gold, Alibwe TV3, Adina, Volta Region.
And that's it for the segment brought to you by USAID from the American people.